What's up, everybody? Yeah, I'm on a day off from work. Had to run some errands. Yeah, so I went and got my hair cut. So, well, my hairstylist couldn't shave the rest of my head in that area with a straight razor, so I do it myself with a razor. You just leave the top alone. Restyle it. But one thing was going on. Let's see. I had to buy some gear oil. Yeah, from over in AutoZone because I needed to do the differential flush, but I only got 2 of those. Yeah, I bought 2 at a time, so next week I'll buy 2. And then I'll get somebody to help me with that. I just had to get like that, I had to get a different pan, you know, to drain all the fluid out. Yeah, because the one I got is like too small. Yeah, and plus it's very messy. Like the one time I did the oil change on it, it was just too damn messy. Yeah, so I had to get something bigger. And what I figured out with my transmission, excuse me, the transmission news, about the overdrive slipping, I probably had to do, I'm going to do a transmission flush. I'm going to drain everything out of the pan, possibly clean out that pan really good with parts cleaner, and then let it dry. And then after, bolt it back in, and then use the torque wrench, put the right, the torque specs on it. Then just go ahead and pour the fluid in. So I'm gonna get the Valvoline automatic transmission fluid. I have to check and see how many quarts I had to put in, that transmission. How many does it need? Yeah, because I don't want to like pour too much or pour too little. Well, if I pour just a little bit, the rest I'm gonna put is this. Actually, it's 2-in-1. It's for automatic transmission repair. One is for to keep the transmission from leaking fluid, and the other one was to help the transmission to stop slipping and skipping gears and all that stuff. So it's like a 2-in-1 fluid. You'll see it in Walmart, AutoZone, O'Reilly All Parts, and what was another parts store I used to go to? CarPlus. So we're going to see, that with the fluid, transmission fluid, see if that does anything. Hopefully it'll last me until tax time that I can get that other vehicle with a stick shift, so I don't have to deal with the automatic transmission dilemma. Yeah, so I'm just going to, after getting that other vehicle, I'm just going to have the Yukon park in the house, to decide what I want to do with it, if I want to save up some money to get a new transmission on it, or if I just want to buy a used transmission and rebuild it myself, and have somebody to help me to take the transmission off. Well, see, the thing is, it's 4-wheel drive. You have to take two drive shafts off, front and rear, off the transfer case, and then some guys would keep the transfer case attached to the transmission, just take off the bolts on the bell housing of the transmission, and just slide through the cross member, or I had to take off the transfer case and then the transmission. I know this is kind of crazy anyway. Like, I wish they didn't have that cross member where the torsion bars is at, especially underneath the transfer case. I'm not even sure if that's holding it or not, but they could just put it like behind the transfer case, so if anybody needs to do transmission service, they can at least take the transfer case out with the same time as the transmission. So that's just probably the one fallback these trucks have. Everything else works fine, like the engine. It's just that, it's the 4L80E, so it's like the first year they have it in the half-ton trucks. They had it in the 3/4-ton trucks since 1992. It's a better, stronger transmission than the 4L60E, because my dad was telling me some stories that he knew some guys that had that 4L60E in their trucks. This is back in 1992, 93, and they had to head in the dealership for service because it's already going bad, especially at 150,000 miles or less. So this transmission, it lasted me almost 205,000 miles. Yeah, I got 205,000 miles on, so I got like another 1,200 miles to go for the oil change to be due. As I was running synthetic, and you can change it every 5,000 miles. I need I need like a printout sheet, you know, the service intervals this truck takes, so I know what to expect of what needs to be changed, fluid-wise, what needs to be serviced. The front end parts should be good, except for like the tie rod ends, which I can do myself, or I can have somebody else help me with that. Get like a puller. Well, I'll just get a puller and try to do it myself. If I can't, I'll just ask a professional to do it for me. And the sway bar lengths, I probably have to change them out. But actually, I heard they're easy anyway. I just put in the polyurethane bushings. I just don't have to put sway bar bushings like on the sway bar part that goes underneath the frame. So I don't have to change that. Yeah, because it looks like it's gonna be a pain in the ass to do it. Yeah, and then it's gonna take a while just to get the transmission cooler lines replaced. No, the engine oil cooler lines. Yeah, those had to be changed, of course. And then the oil pan gasket that has to be changed. I never done it before, so well, the shop I work at, we don't do that kind of stuff. We had to recommend another shop for them to do that because we had a couple cars where the threads were bad in the transmission oil pan, where you can't even put the bolt on there. And so there's like no oil, but you can't even run it, so it had to be towed into a shop for them to change the pan and get the new gasket. So I know somebody might be possible to do that. Somebody was saying something that the intake gaskets had to be changed. Well, not the intake gaskets, the valve cover gaskets. Okay, well, since it's on the valve cover, that looks like it's easy to change. I mean, it's right over the top of the hood, so I think I could possibly get to that. I don't know. I was better off just waiting until I get another vehicle, so I could at least have the truck parked and I could just do all that stuff one bit at a time, and then have an extra vehicle to go do parts runs. Yeah, I mean, that'll be the easiest for me. So, like the end of next month, that's when we get the W-2s for the tax returns. So as soon as that come in, then I'm just gonna follow, follow the return. I used to do it online. It's a lot faster. The process takes about 3.5 weeks. So at least around February, I'll get a refund and just do all that and be done with it. Yeah, and then if I possibly sell this, this truck, then I'm gonna get an older truck that has, I think it was the mechanically driven overdrive. Well, as far as I know, back in the '80s, with the Chevys, the Sport by Chevys, that's when they first had an automatic overdrive transmission. I think it's the 700 turbo hydromatic R4 or something. If I'm not mistaken, I could be mistaken. I don't know, but theirs is not electronic electronic overdrive. Their overdrive mechanism is a little bit different, so it probably won't slip. It's probably a stronger transmission than what I got in this truck, so I'm wanting to give that a shot. If not, I probably fall in with a 4-speed. Well, the thing with the 4-speeds at that time, I mean, they have a granted first gear, but yeah, to start out second gear, so it's like driving a 3-speed, and I really don't want to be doing that. Like, I'd rather just drive the 5-speed. I can just start out first, I'll go all the way to 5th, and I don't want to have to do it like a manual transmission swap, or to get all those extra gears. Yeah, but I want something with a solid axle though in the front, so it'll be easy to maintain and service it. Now they had those locking hubs, so there's a lot of gears and bearings that I think you had to pack though. But at least when you do a brake job with the front rotor, I don't think you had to pack bearings on the hubs or anything at the same day. I think you just somehow take the rotor hub thing with studs and change the rotor faster. So anyway, I'm crossing through the lake. So anyway, I got somebody owed me some money, so he said he'll give it to me, like 10 more minutes. So I'm just on my way to his house anyway. Sorry about that. Yeah, and so I'm trying to figure out what to do for New Year's anyway. So probably had to go. Probably end up going. Well, downtown Raleigh, like it's kind of full anyway. So I haven't done that in over a year. And I'm not going back to the dance studio anyway because, well, that's a lot of money. You know, that's a lot of money because, you know, I paid, I think $12 for the ticket. And they do it through PayPal. And I paid almost $60 for a hotel room. And probably almost $20 like food. Yeah. And then some gas. Which reminds me, I need to get gas at the end of this day before I go back to work tomorrow. So, well, this is about it for the vlog. So, just stay tuned. Well, like I said, I was gonna, you know, have some carpooling, you know, with a coworker of mine to ride with me to work, but for some reason, he didn't answer his phone before I even left the house, and so he got to ride with somebody else. I don't know why he changed his mind that quick. But you guys just stay tuned for one of the karaoke videos this weekend. All right, so we'll see you around.